What's up, ladies and gents? Matthew Bellman, Ryan Kostrowski here. This is the DFS 5-Hack. We've been talking DK all morning, but it's time to make the daily pivot over to Overlay DFS. If you have not played on the website yet, I got their Twitter profile below. We're very careful about what links we're giving out these days. You don't want to do the YouTube ban or whatever it might be. So go to their Twitter page. You can get to the website right there. Otherwise, it's overlaydfs.com. They have so many ways to help you make some money over there. They got massive jackpots. They got, extra little parlay bonus plays and things like that. There's just so many ways to get paid over there. And I think most importantly, guys, at least what we find most important is the jackpot on $22 contest and the progressive jackpot is at 11,980. It says we still think it's a little higher. We think it'll get updated here in a little bit. Either way, it's about 12K. That is a hell of a payday on $22. And even if you don't get that, finish in the top 10%, and they give you $180 back.
You need that. I mean, the jackpot's just crazy right now. I know someone went 11-1 last night, so
just missed.
It's coming. I mean, I can't remember. Do you remember at this point what the jackpot starts at? Isn't it $5,000? So. I mean, you're looking at crazy number right now.
Go get some, guys. All right, let's start at the top. We got my boy Giannis Antetokounmpo against James Harden tonight. This one's tricky from the aspect that I don't think anybody's surprised if Giannis is resting tonight to get ready for the game in Toronto tomorrow. But, the further the day progresses and the less we hear about it, I think you have to have more confidence that he's playing. I think the outlier part of that is the fact that I don't think anybody's surprised if Giannis is under 25 minutes played tonight.
Yeah, because of that, I'm going to go Harden. But, man, the spot is just so real for Giannis to crush. I'm not going to choose it.
I'm with you. This is definitely a game where Giannis's DK points per minute or FanDuel or Overlay or I don't care what website you're on, his points per minute should be insane today, assuming he plays, of course. But how many minutes is he going to play? Washington's awful, coming off of a back-to-back. Milwaukee is pretty smart in how they handle things. You think that they'll more likely go into this and take care of business early. So, I mean, if these dudes each played 30 minutes tonight, though, would it not be the easiest thing in the world to pick Giannis?
I mean, it would not be the easiest thing in the world to pick against Harden, but it would be Giannis, yes.
All right, the easiest thing in the world is taking Chipotle over Qdoba. But outside of that, it would be very easy for me. But I'm still with you. I'm going to roll with Harden here. I just have more confidence in him playing big minutes. They could blow out New York, but Harden plays in blowouts.
For sure. No doubt about that, man. We got this new taco place. It's just so much better than Chipotle. It's all I'm thinking about after you said that.
Oh, Matt, you're so young and naive. No place is better than Chipotle.
It's not like like Chipotle. It's just a different. It's like it's like a taco place. It's just really good.
I'm a connoisseur of tacos, but I feel like there's levels of tacos. And it can be Taco Bell, homemade tacos, authentic Mexican places, and then your Chipotles and Qdobas. I love them all. You know what I mean? There's no level of tacos that I'm not about.
I'm definitely pickier than you. No doubt about that. But one problem I have with Chipotle, not going to lie, I don't get it often at all. It's not consistent. Sometimes it's just not good. I don't know if it's the meat's not cooked well or the rice is bland or whatever it is. And something tastes off. And it never used to be like that. Because I remember in high school when I first started to open it, there was one right by my high school. It was always a fire.
As the true Chipotle addict in the DFS world, which is really me, I know he took my name, what I should have. I've eaten at Chipotle over 1,000 times in my life. I think that's a Bellman thing and not a Chipotle thing.
Okay, I'll give you that.
All right, we are off topic right now, so let's get back over to the actual NBA plays over here. Otherwise, I could talk tacos all day long. Trae Young versus Luka. Where are you going tonight, sir?
Luka,
I'm with you. I'll almost never bet against Luka, period. The spot's not as tough for Trae as normal. No Ben Simmons definitely will weaken the 76ers, but I'm all about Luka here.
I'm all about Luka too. So I was looking at Trae a little bit because he had a really good game against Philly last time out, but I'm kind of with you. I expect them to tee up on him. Yeah, give me Luka.
I watched a lot of Trae Young take on Dallas on Saturday, and I do think teams would benefit. You saw Collins eat. They did everything. And I'm not saying you can always just force the ball out of Trae's hands because he's so good offensively, but there is a blueprint to slow him down.
There is, but Atlanta won that game.
Again, excellent fourth quarter. You know what I mean? You got Dallas definitely played slow, poor fourth quarter, which is very often what you see in back-to-back. So we talk about teams start fast on back-to-backs and play crappy as they come down the stretch.
No doubt about it.
So either way, we'll take Luka tonight. Moving down from there, Westbrook versus Kawhi. Without knowing about Paul George and Beverly, this one's tough.
Yeah. I mean, is Paul George I don't think he's going to play, do you?
I have no reason to believe he's going to play.
Yeah, I'm going to take Kawhi here.
So am I. And I think it's a tough call if Paul George plays. If Paul George is out, I definitely like Kawhi better. So I'll just stick with the claw over there.
I agree with you all the way around there.
All right, Embiid versus Beal. Give me Embiid. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
The top one so far, easy, no doubt.
Yeah, we don't like picking against studs, and Beal is a stud, but this is such an obvious pick, right?
Agreed.
All right, Vooch versus Ayton. Give me Vooch all day long here.
The next best for me, number 2 right now, Vooch.
All right. Johnny Collins against Bam Adebayo. I mentioned how well Collins played the other night with them running a nice trap defense on Trey. I'll take Bam, though, right here. Bam was eating the other day without Butler, and then he just didn't need to do anything because they were up by so much.
Give me Bam as well here. Give me Bam here as well.
All right. Another tricky one to get into is going to be your boy D'Lo versus my boy Chris Money Middleton. So let's obviously assume Russell's going to play because if he doesn't, this one doesn't matter. And let's assume Giannis is in right here. But they still have at Toronto tomorrow. If Russell plays and Giannis plays, give me D'Angelo Russell.
Here, I'm going to switch it up. No matter what, I like Middleton. If Giannis is out, obviously it's a top one. But I don't know. I like Middleton more. He's playing really well right now. His shot, you've talked about it. His shot looks about as pure as anyone's right now.
So you and I have discussed this. Since the first game of last year, Milwaukee has been the best team in the NBA by a distant margin, with the exception of 3 games against Toronto, right? Middleton came up small in those games. It wasn't just Giannis playing bad. Chris Middleton, who I usually have a lot of faith in, did not play well. He is playing well right now. And if the Milwaukee wants to do legit damage in the playoffs this year, he needs to play like this. So I love what I'm seeing from Middleton. I'm only really concerned with the number of minutes. If you told me each of these dudes played 33 minutes tonight, I would take Middleton. But I'm really concerned about him getting his minutes slightly monitored today as well.
Yeah, maybe. I'll say this about Milwaukee. We could say all we want about, and it's true, they're probably built better for the regular season. They are definitely, in my opinion, the title favorites right now. They've dominated the regular season. And while the regular season doesn't mean everything, it means something, right? And I always say that. It has to mean something. They've been by far the best team. I know they struggled last year in the playoffs, but, I don't know. To me, they're the heavy favorite.
Man, they struggled for 3 games. You know what I mean? That's crazy that people read so much into 3 games. Now, I get it, but they lost to the eventual champs. And they did. They choked. As much as Toronto deserves credit for taking it, they definitely choked and played poor. I don't even count Game 3 because that was a travesty by the refs. Classic NBA, give it to the team down 2-0 in Game 3. We've been watching that happen for as long as we've been alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's weird to me. I've never seen one team get so pooped on by the national media based on 3 games, which is really interesting. But I think the best part about this is it's wide open this year. Unlike any year, in the previous half a decade, it is so cool to watch the NBA for the championship be wide open like this.
It really is. No doubt about that.
So anyways, off topic again a little bit. That's my fault. Let's move over to this one. Julius Randle versus Porzingis. I'm a Randle guy, but I'm going to piggyback on what Porzingis is doing lately, and he's playing like the unicorn guy that we saw 2 years ago. So give me Kristaps here.
Give me Randle. Gut feel.
Okay. Devin Booker versus Rudy Gobert. This is one I don't really want to pick. How about you?
Do I really want to pick it? No. But I'll take Gobert.
So am I, but I won't pick this one is what I mean. We'll pick it for the show, but when I set my lineup tonight, I will not pick it.
It's also hard for, Booker has that monster game in Utah, I'm pretty sure. I'm that's in the back of my head, so I don't really want to pick it.
Yeah, Gobert doesn't miss a lot of shots, so he always gets a little bump up on this side compared to some others. It's in Utah. I know gun to head, you almost always prefer to take the home guy.
Yeah, and the big man. I will say, think about it like that. It makes it a kind of an easy pick.
Well, Yes and no, because Booker still is. He's so good, right? And any
Yeah,
given day, like he can just go off. Good spots, bad spots, home, road, it doesn't matter. He can just go off when he's just feeling it.
exactly. So it's always hard to pick against a guy like that, especially with a guy like Gobert who just doesn't have the ball in his hands a lot.
Yeah, Gobert is really a steady Eddie. Booker is, he's got that GPP upside. Doesn't matter where he is.
Exactly. So you're right. Definitely not one I'm like dying to pick.
Okay. Spencer Dinwiddie versus Donovan Mitchell. Like, I feel like Dinwiddie with no Kyrie is just slightly more consistent than Mitchell, but I like the spot better for Mitchell.
Same. I like the spot a lot better for Mitchell. I'll take Mitchell here.
I have to look at this one again because with the recent surge of Mike Conley and Jordan Clarkson, I have to go back and look at Mitchell's numbers again before I decide on this one. So I'll side with you for right now, but it's definitely one I reserve the right to change my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think their price on like DK is about 800 difference with Dinwiddie more expensive. So I get it.
All right. Your boy Aaron Gordon versus my boy Karis LeVert. I will ride the hot hand of your boy Aaron Gordon tonight one more time. This is tight.
I think LeVert's playing really well right now, too, if I'm not mistaken.
I like LeVert.
Yeah.
Timeout. Let's go off subject again right here. If you're Brooklyn, is there anything you can do to get under this Kyrie contract? Because I don't know about you. I would be just as happy with KD, LeVert, and Dinwiddie, and then adding a piece around there. You think anybody would bite on Kyrie?
Well, I don't think that they maybe – I think, yes, someone would definitely bite on Kyrie, but they don't want to do that because they have Durant and they probably like wanted to play together, you know?
You think Durant's a smart guy, right? Like, you can't think that he doesn't realize that teams don't get better with Kyrie.
I mean, he did win a title. So, like, I don't think he thinks like you do. I don't think that. I'll say this. It's interesting that we're talking about this right now because I know there were rumors of like a Spencer Dinwiddie for Aaron Gordon deal. What's your take on that?
I just don't think Dinwiddie and Kyrie can coexist. And while strictly ball skills and shooting, yeah, Kyrie's amazing. But there is no evidence of Kyrie Irving helping teams win. With the exception of like a couple of really good finals games where he made one of the best shots of all time.
That matters.
It does, but there's a whole bunch of other evidence to say different. It's kind of like saying like Howie Kendrick because of a couple like key moments you'd rather have than Clayton Kershaw. Like, that's not true.
Yeah, but we're talking about Kyrie and Spencer Dinwiddie though. Like, I'm not saying I'd rather have him than Luka. I'm saying I'd rather have him than, I get your point. I get your point, though.
And when Durant's back next year, I don't want Kyrie ball hogging it. I want the ball in Durant's hands.
Yeah, I know you're a Kyrie hater. And listen, he hasn't been healthy. He's making a ton of money. I'm not a huge fan either at this point. But I don't think they're looking to deal him. I wonder if there would be a team that would bite. I'm sure all they'd have to do is call across to their neighbors, the Knicks.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Like, if you could, like, turn Kyrie Irving into Julius Randle and RJ Barrett or something like that. Like, I know that Kyrie is much more talented than those guys, but I'm not saying I feel like they'd be better off to win next year with that. Because Kevin Durant is a guy I want taking the shots.
I get that.
He's pretty good.
Yes, he is.
All right. Going back to on subject here, we got Eric Bledsoe versus Tim Hardaway. Look, man, they got Luka and Porzingis back tonight. Bledsoe with or without Giannis. This one's easy. This might be my top one.
Same.
All right. Valanciunas against Morant. Be Valanciunas. Although if Bev and George are out, their defense just isn't quite the same.
Yeah, exactly. Although it's easier to get to them inside. This one definitely reserved the right to change. I'll take J-Val slightly right now.
All right. Kelly Oubre versus the surging Ricky Rubio in his old stomping grounds. Rubio's looking like himself again, so I'll go with Rubio here. Although I still think Oubre on any given day is tough to pick against.
Yeah, he's got higher ups on any given day. Like, how I look at it, like every 5 games. Well, I don't even know how to look at it like that. But at any given day, Oubre has higher upside. But Rubio's just playing well right now. Give me the hot hand.
Yeah, I forget what the overlay matchup was the other night, but I picked against Rubio with confidence, and the guy I picked against him actually played really well. But without even kind of noticing it, Rubio balled the other night.
Yeah, he did. He had like 447, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, I think you're right. All right. Nance versus Sexton. Assuming Kevin Love plays, give me Sexton.
Same.
Okay. Lou Williams versus Bogdanovich of Utah. Again, hard to talk about this without knowing about Paul George and Patrick Beverly. So I don't know. I'll go with Lou Williams, but this is one I'm going to have to look at later in the day if we get any information.
If we don't get any info, where would you go?
I'm with something you said earlier. I don't expect Paul George to play, and I don't. So I'm going to go with Lou Williams.
So I don't expect him to play, but even if he doesn't play, how much more do you like Lou Williams than Bogdanovich? Because if Paul George same, like if Paul George does play, I think I definitely like Bogdanovich more, and that's a possibility. So I think I might lean Bogdanovich, but not what I'm looking to pick.
Gotcha. All right, Fultz versus Fournier. Had this one plenty of times. I think it's been a few days since we've talked it over. I will take Fultz, point guards against Brooklyn.
Good call. Same.
All right, Rocco against New York, Malik Beasley against Dallas. Without D'Angelo Russell around, it's almost one you don't know about yet.
Is he I thought he was going to play tonight.
Is it? Okay. I thought he was still questionable, but I'd have to double check that one.
I thought it was always like he was listed questionable, but like he was supposed to play.
Okay. I have not looked that closely, so I will take your word on it.
I am going to go, even if, so yeah, he's expected to play, whatever the hell that means. I'm going to go Beasley still. I just think that they need him right now with no Towns.
All right.
I'm actually going to change right now. Back-to-back coming from Denver. I don't know. I want Covington, who's also playing well.
Yeah, give me Rocco. All right. None against Herter. No Jimmy Butler. I will go with none.
Same.
All right. Jordan Clarkson versus Brandon Clark. That's an interesting one, but your boy Clarkson is playing well right now. I will ride the hot hand one more time.
Familiar names, not familiar games. I'll go Clark.
Okay. Montrezl Harrell, who has definitely taken a little bit of a back seat lately versus Mr. Bertans. I think they're going to need his three-point shooting tonight. I'm going to go with Bertans.
Same.
All right. And then Mike Conley versus RJ Barrett. Conley, easy.
Same.
This is one I will 100% pick as well.
Me too.
So that's what we got, guys. So going back out to the lobby right here. There is just so many ways that Overlay is trying to give you money. They got a variety of different contests. I know you love these best record wins. They don't come with the same progressive jackpot, but I know that's something that you really get to hone in on your favorites. We got a $12,000 jackpot on the $22 contest. If your bankroll isn't that big, the $2.50 Pee Wee contest is fun to get into. Just so many ways to get paid over here.
Let's get it, guys.